Okay, so when you've opened a new document, the first thing to do is go to Settings and just make sure you've got Precise Vector Path Selection checked. This will just make your life a lot easier when it comes to selecting separate vectors. You might need to start Xtool Creative Space, but once you've done that and you're back in the document, you need to click on Text, click. I'm just going to zoom in and we can change the text. Change it to Holly and click off, and now that's made, but I don't like the font, so with it selected we can go up here and hover over all these different fonts you've got installed on your system and it'll update live. But for me, a nice easy font is called Pacifico. Now I've already got that installed, but if you haven't, all you need to do is go to Google Fonts, type in Pacifico, and then go to Get Font and download and then install. Once you've got it installed, you can write that out and choose the Pacifico font. Now, if I just zoom in, what we can see is the text is already overlapping. That means if we weld them, it'll all join up. But sometimes you'll get a font where the lines are not overlapping. So I'll show you what to do with that. So the text selected, we just choose Weld. That actually joins everything up to be one piece. But now we need to move them individually to join them together. So we'll choose Release Compound Path, which then separates every single line as a separate piece. If I move the E, the inside of the E is separate. So what we need to do is select both parts of the E and choose Make Compound. Now that E is all one piece. So we can use the arrow keys on your keyboard to move left and right, up and down, and we just want to overlap everything. But remember, everything is separate, so the inside of the L's. So the best thing to do is just go around and just make each letter as a separate compound path, just like this. So whenever you move anything, it'll all be joined together. So using the arrow keys, I'm just using the left arrow key to move everything left. Now, if I zoom in, we've got the top of the eye, which I'm just going to drag and drop it so it's just overlapping. Now, I'm just going to select everything and choose Unite. And that joins everything up to be one piece. If we put it on the engraving layer, you can see it's all joined up, as well as going back to score or cut. Now, that's great for making words, which you can then resize to be whatever size you want. But let's make a keyring. I'm going to choose that to be about 60mm. And so with that selected, I'm going to choose outline of about 2mm at this size and choose confirm, and that has just outlined the whole text as one piece. If I move it out of the way, you can see it's a solid backboard. Put that back. So what you could do is either engrave the holly layer onto a backboard, or cut the holly text as a separate layer and stick it onto the backboard. But we want to now make a circle using Shift to constrain the axes. We're going to make that about 4mm, as it is there. And again, we're going to go outline 2 mil, so the outside would be 8 millimeters. Click confirm. Select both, make compound path, zoom in, and I'm going to place this circle just so the inside is not overlapping this and the outside of the circle doesn't overlap anymore. So with the offset text and the circle selected, we want to select Unite, and there we have a keyring. You can either engrave the text onto the background or have it as a separate piece and cut them both out together.